And welcome back to the Dogfather Modeling Toys. Before we go any further, please subscribe. I know I say it every video, but YouTube basically says I have to. And give me a big thumbs up on the YouTube. That way this video gets passed around the YouTube nets or analogs or whatever you call it. And leave a comment, tell me what you think. Now, on with the show. Hold on, let me ask one. Pause. Okay. In 1974, after the 5 original Planet of the Apes movies came out, we got Planet of the Apes, the TV series. It's totally different than the movies. Humans could talk. They weren't well educated, but they could talk. And these two guys were the humans in the show. They were being chased by Urko, a guerrilla leader. General Urko, who could, because everybody fears him because they're intelligent and afraid they'll pass the word. Okay, so with that said, let's talk some more. The show only lasted 1 season. And they did come out with a line of somewhat figures. I think they came out with a General Urko. I'm not for sure about that, but I know they did do the 2 humans, Alan Vernon and Pete Burke. They did, well, Galen, who was the ape with these, helping these 2 humans run, because he's on the run too, was played by Ronnie McDowell, so you could get a Carneus action figure and pretend it was Galen. Always pretend it was Caesar until the TV series. And this is Alan Vernon. They were astronauts, 2 of 3. The third one died on when they re-entered. These guys were made in, I bet it ain't on here. But they were MEGOs, I should say. Okay, let me ask my co-partner in crime, Alexa, when did MEGO release Planet of the Apes TV series figures?
From otakumode.com. June 2019 saw the release of the General Ursus BURKE figure along with an unnamed soldier ape.
Not what I was looking for. Alexa, when was Pete Burke and Alan Vernon released by MEGO?
From wikipedia.org. On March 14, 2014, it was revealed by MEGO's mixtape YRN2 that the project had turned out to be a full-fledged album.
Okay, let's say 74 or 75. And after that, these were the figures because they were these 2 and a generic human in a blue jumpsuit and a crash, or basically a flight helmet, were the only humans released in the Planet of the Apes line. And my late father got me these two because they were my favorite. I think I also got General Urko, but I'm not for sure. But now I can tell you this much. I think the vest is been reproducted, or what? Not reproducted. Retroed, because I don't remember that good. But I think it looked different. And the shirt flopping in the wind, I think that wasn't the way it was in the TV series. And you see, Run from the Apes do you good. But these, and pop out Pete here. And in the TV series, this was my favorite character. Played by James Knowlton. And I think he's the last surviving star of the show, as far as that goes. He played Pete Burke. And when you picking figures out with your friends, play Planet of the Apes, this is pre-Star Wars. I always picked Pete, if I could get him. Pete was my go-to guy. Now, I will tell you, this, I guess it's the vest doing it. Because my memory was he had a brown shirt, but in the TV show he had a blue shirt. But I think the burlap bag vest here has turned his clothes brown, which don't matter. I mean, the vest covers it up. Yeah, I mean, these two guys here were my go-to figures before I pick an ape. Oh. And even today, if I can find it, I will watch the TV series. I liked it. But like I said, it only lasted one season. Of course, it was going up against other popular shows at the time, like Sanford and Son and Chico and the Man, which really didn't help them. And mostly kids watched Planet of the Apes TV series. And then they did away with this and did 2 seasons of a cartoon. And then finally it just rested for a while until Tim Burton came out with his version, which I liked it. Not a lot of people will say that out loud. And then when they did the next trilogy, Dawn, Rise, and War, and now Kingdom. So, and these were well taken care of because they ain't got the MEGO wiggle, see? And then going back in this container here to be preserved. Now, I found these in a what do you call it? Antique shop. And they had a price, and I kind of talked them down a little bit, and so I didn't pay that much pay as much as I would if I got them like on eBay. And I got to get myself in gear because before something happens, they said you can send a card to James Knowlton, and he'll sign it and send it back to you. Because I like to get his autograph and put it with a picture of him. Because he was one of my favorite actors. Even though he didn't do a whole lot after. Didn't do a whole lot. He just made guest appearances here and there. Like Law and Order. And I mean, he was in a lot of different shows just for like one episode. But this is the Planet of the Apes TV series collection. I am looking for Urko because I like gorillas. I have Ursus. Of course, there ain't much difference between Ursus and Urko, but I like to get an original Urko. I mean, these are original, except for their clothes have been retroed, like the vest here and Pete's shirt. Now the pants, they were the same, and the shoes. So someone took care of it and made them Pete more accurate. But I enjoy it. So that's this. Yeah, so that's it for this. I'll try to. Alrighty, and I thought before I said goodbye I'd show you some. This is a publicity photo for the series. You see Pete Burke and Alan Vernon in their astronaut suits, the way they looked in the first episode at the beginning. And there they are, and like a taking time off from the set filming. And that's what I was saying, that Burke's shirt was blue in the series. And that's Ronnie McDowell there. Well, the figure had a brown shirt. And a vest and pants. No weapons. And there's Alan Vernon. So, I don't know. That vest might be original, but I very much doubt it because it looked too new, but I may be wrong. And according to that, Urko looked more like General Ursus than he did. And of course, you got, best I can read, Pete Burke, Galen, which any Carneus or figure would do. Urko, a ape gorilla soldier, and Vernon, Alan Vernon, that is. And one more figure was in the series where you could, same with this one, Dr. Zaius. So you could use any, the old Dr. Zaius would be that Zaius. Different actor played him. And now here's what I was telling you about previous, about the other human astronaut, and my hand keeps getting in the way. Because there's Pete Burke. And there's the original lineup, the gorilla soldier, Dr. Zaius, another gorilla, I think that's General Ursus, Zira, and Carneus, that's who I think is Urko. Then you had the treehouse, the horsey, and I don't know what you call that. Ape Village. But the astronaut, like I said, is just a generic. Well, these guys came from MEGO, whose big star to that point was Action Jackson, which was, well, this guy here, basically. He had this is a blue jumpsuit with like a fighter pilot helmet. Some black boots. But this is who the astronaut was. He didn't have a name, just astronaut. Because I think at the time they couldn't get Charlton Heston's. Well, I don't know if they could use his face, and just said he was Taylor, but because they did in the comic books. Because the comic book version didn't look like Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston did finally agree to do it or his estate did. I can't remember which one. But that's that. So, I will now say the line. Thank you for watching. And if you made it this far, I really do appreciate the time, because that's what I need, time. So, thank you for watching. And until the next video, I'll see you out there. Bye-bye.